You better tell them or I will. You better tell them. We gon' talk about wrong, right, death, life. Talk about anything you like, you better tell them or I will. You better tell them or I will. You better tell them. We gon' talk about broke, rich, real life-ish. Speaking like this, I can't miss. You better tell them or I will. You better tell them or I will. You better tell them. We gon' talk about the old, young, smart, dumb. Let me show you where I'm coming from. You better tell them or I will. You better tell them or I will.
Yes, indeed. Man, it has been a while. I hope that you're doing good, man. It's been a while since I sat in the chair, man. But hey, you better tell them or I will. Life goes on, you know. And I'm grateful to be back. I've spent a considerable amount of time with the family. Extended, immediate friends that you think are cousins because they've been with you so long. And man, it's good. And I want to share with you today not only the importance of family, but the need to know how the family came about. Because what I've learned is that when you understand, scratch that, once you know how your family came to be, you will have a better understanding of who you are. I was not a great student when it came to history in school. I am a supreme student today of the desire to know history. Excuse me. Spending time with my family, I learned things that I am so grateful I learned as an adult, because if I had learned it as a youngster, I would have gotten in trouble with the information, because it make your chest big, your head high. My head already high and chest up, you know. I don't walk slouched at all. But a tragedy struck my family, and we had a true celebration of life because we were all grateful for the time that God allowed this family member to be with us. But in this celebration of life, standing room only, tables and chairs are filled. We are at capacity. And people are saying hi to me that I have no idea who they are, but they know me. And what I learned is that these people that I didn't know and the ones I knew that I've been thinking are cousins and family members, they all grew up on the same street with my mom in Los Angeles, California. So I'm beginning to look where they say we are not in a community. And I must quote Ice-T on this, where Ice-T said, once crack cocaine came in, it tore the asshole out of the community. And now we have hoods. But to know your family dynamic and the dynamic ones in your family, because each family has one of everything. You got the one that will be labeled the loser. You got the one that always had it together. You got the mother of all, the aunt that knows the history, the uncle that knows the history. You have the uncle and aunts that tell the whoppers, which is called folklore, where they're telling you the truth, but it's put in metaphors with such exaggeration that it becomes folk tales. This is how history is passed on. So the reason I'm speaking to you today is that you go and you find out about your family. And once you find out who is who and what is what and how this came to that, to this, to that, man, it make your back straight. Then you won't walk around not knowing who you are, and then you are less likely to fall into the situation of being something you should not. It is very important to know who you are, and the way to know who you are, you must know where you come from. And I am not talking about the ignorant ass statement, which is my least favorite statement to hear in this world, where it says, that's just me. That's just how I am. But you never learned on why you like that. Huh? But once you learn how you became like that, then you could either adjust for the better or know when to unleash said characteristics because you know how they got there. I'm telling you, you have fly people in your family. You got some people that they just ain't gonna do nothing about nothing, you know? So in my family, and some may say I'm bragging, and if that is the case, what you gonna do about it? Nothing. But anyway, I got some fly uncles. I got some fly aunts. I got some my little cousins. Man, I could pack a house party with just my little cousins. And they all fly. Right? Check this out. Side note. At the celebration of life, right? I see my little cousin Jade. She pregnant. Okay, cool. I meet her dude. Okay? And I asked my little cousin, we supposed to like this motherfucker? And she said, no, you gotta love him. So I looked at him and I say, all right, brother. She said, we gotta love you. I say, so we love you. And I say, now look around. In this standing room only event at a golf course. I say, you see this? You done walked into royalty, home. This is something to see right here. And you about to see it. It's going to go down right here, right now. And if she ever tell us that we don't love you no more, we hate you. And you might only get one chance to come back in and make it right. But if she tell us twice, it is no go for you no more, homie. And he said, amen. And I said, oh, damn, you a holy roller. Come on in, right? So, you know, in my family, man, I got renegades and then I got the traditional. Okay? Especially when it come to me and my wife. My wife's family is traditional. My family, renegade, right? And I'm not talking on no ignorant, wilding out, running, doing stupid shit. I'm not saying that. I have aunts that are PhDs, highly educated, right? That got all of their stuff. And then I got the aunts that are not PhD, but they got all their stuff, right? I got uncles that are self-employed to uncles that have been working. I had an uncle, and he's still living. I think he's 96, but he once worked for the Arizona Diamondbacks, and he's securing this place in the stadium. And this man comes up to come into this VIP section or whatever it was. You had to have credentials. And my uncle wouldn't let him in because he didn't have the credentials. The assistant of this man say, do you know who this is? And my Uncle Bub said, yeah, I know exactly who he is, but he don't have the credentials, so he not coming past this line. So, of course, the assistant goes and writes my uncle up and this, and the other. And my uncle gets a call to the office. And the man that he wouldn't let in was the owner of the Arizona Diamondbacks. And he ended up telling my uncle, promoted my uncle and said, you are the kind of person that I want working here. And my uncle worked in there from the 90s up until the pandemic. And he was one of the 6 people that they were going to bring back on the security team. And my uncle declined and took retirement. I think in the street, as of right now, they call that standing on business. You hired me to do this, that it requires this to get here. You don't have that, you can't go here. I'm standing on business. See, knowing those type of things and those type of events helps my back stay straight when it's time for me to stand on business. And remember, several videos back, I told you about philosophical convictions. So now you got kids out here running around talking about standing on business when they have no idea what business is or what it even means to stand. It's just some fly stuff to say to make you feel tough or that you're really doing something, and you end up getting your ass knocked off. But anyway, I digress. Go learn your people, man. Go find out about them old photos. This is why it's very important to always pose for the picture, because the pictures help tell the story. As I shared before, documentation trumps conversation. So when it's documented, see, me and my Uncle Mike, we was talking when they were doing the floors in my home. And he had a worker that was a young man, probably 30 something years old. And we were talking and the dude's eyes was big. And my uncle said, nephew, when you tell people how we live, it sounds like fiction. Like you can't get it. Like, no, ain't no way. But it is. It is a true story. And I'm saying that because in your family, you that are watching this, it is dopeness and greatness in your family. And you got to go find out. And once you find out, I guarantee you, your back will straighten. Your thought process will begin to unravel and reshape itself, man. And you start to get better. You got to get to your grandma. You got to get to your uncle. You got to get to these people that know your story. Check this out. Excuse me. Not enough of us do that. Not enough of us do that. But you could get with males in the barbershop and they'll tell you the starting five of their favorite team from a decade ago. And it changes damn near every year. And they could run it down on where this athlete went to school, when he was drafted, tell you every damn thing about their favorite team. Couldn't tell you 5 things about their own family. That's a problem. That leads to issues. That leads to family matters. So if you know everything about your favorite team and don't know nothing about your family, leave that team alone and go find out the same detailed information about your family. Have that same conviction and knowing and go get the information about your family, man. Huh? I'm glad I know. And I know enough to know more. Because I know it's some more. And I got to go get it. Why? So I could give it to my children. So they don't get caught up in the whatever. Because this entertainment and this trash that our kids could get caught up in, man, you better put them on a solid foundation. And I only shake and move with the intention and determination to put a solid foundation for my family. And I'm talking about the ones that's in my household. So that they won't get caught up thinking that they have to do something that they have no business doing. And man, I mean, it's right here on me. My daughter, 13, getting ready to go to high school as the time of this recording. Do you understand what could happen in high school? Okay? Man, so know your family, baby. Get to knowing your family. Go learn. Go find them old photo albums before everything was on the phone. Go see, well, who is this? Well, who is this? And how all of that came together. And I'm telling you, man, it'll put a smile on your face. You're going to have aha moments out. You're going to have, what? No. For real? What? Huh? To where you beaming, and it's all going to be some things that it also be some things that make your chin touch your chest. You like, wow. You know? But learn your family, man. Go find out about them fly-ass uncles and aunts. I'm telling you, because mine is something else. I love them. I was able to see them all under one roof for the first time in a long time. And I'm telling you, man, it's something to see. All right? You better tell them or I will, man. And I'm going to holler at you. We're going to build on it even more. But for right now, the homework, as the time you listen to this, when you turn this off, go learn about your family, man. Go find out about your aunts, uncles. I'm talking about from the ones that got the latest car to the one that's on the dope. Huh? And if you ain't got nobody on no dope, great. If you don't have one that got the latest car, you be the one. Huh? You go be the uncle. You go be the aunt that keep the shoes laced. They need us, man. That's why we here. Right on. Love y'all, man. I'm going to holler at y'all in a minute. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Have a deep conversation, probably
Yes,
reach across
sir.
the nation. I'm getting to the point, be patient. Tell them or I will. You better tell them or I will. You better tell them. Yeah. You are now tuned in to the #1 podcast on the internet. Sean P. You better tell them.